5 additional hours. Well, I would get some sleep, I guess.
Do more sports, possibly, and travel a little bit more to meet new people.
With my kids. That's pretty easy.
I would be standing up on more stages I'm just about to do a talk. I wish I could do more talks about idea that.
I would spend it learning how to prompt AI better. I would probably develop more games.
I would do more work, I think we need to sleep when we're dead.
Hello everybody, this is Out Studio and me, Vera Velichka. Today I'd like to share my experience from Reboot Blue, Gamedev conference in Dubrovnik. As always, everything started in airport.
So here we are at Istanbul airport. I guess soon I will know Istanbul airport as my own home. Why do we need conferences? For our studio, the answer is simple. For us, it's a main opportunity to find new clients. We work with learning complicated projects, mostly of water graphics, and it's very important for clients to find the vendor they can trust. And for me, I don't know better way to make good communications than meet people face to face. Croatia is insanely beautiful country. We feel completely exhausted, but we're here and it's such much beautiful place. Yes, we didn't it. We did. What are you saying? Yes, we just. Oh my god. Yeah, well, the trip was insane. That's it as always. But I'm starting to getting used to this. But check the nature. It's super beautiful. It's really nice. I mean, I've been in Croatia several years ago before. This is the hotel in which the conference would be. I've been in Croatia several years before, and from the first look I just fell in love into the nature.
My advice, if it's a long distance, take an additional day before the conference so you could have your time to rest. And if it's pre-party, don't be late and get some good sleep.
For the first day of the conference, the weather changed quite a lot. We came, the weather was better. Now it's a little bit nasty here. But we're ready for the first day of networking. There will be about 2,000 people, a lot actually. Let's check the conference of this year.
Our place was 5 minutes walking from the conference.
I would like to spend several hours sitting there and meditating. Definitely one of the best places on the world. The scientists don't swim. Well, I wouldn't. The weather is not appropriate for this. So here we are, in front of Sheraton, the place in which the conference would be. It's rainy.
The wind was so strong, so all my efforts to say something for the history was completely useless. The major thing I like in Reboot, it was people there gather from all the world. It's really international. You can meet here game developers from a variety of companies, starting with the biggest developers and publishers and finishing with small indie teams. I think whatever you do in game industry, you can find your target audience here. Just don't be shy and talk to people.
I'm David. I'm the head of marketing at Nacon, a French video game publisher.
I am George Marquez. I am the founder of Bohemian Pulp, a small indie team from Serbia.
I'm Iran from TriStar Holding Company, and we're here at Reboot looking for investors and other like-minded people and of course for other developers looking for good games.
Hi, I'm Meg from Lockpick Game Acquisition and Audit. We're a localization studio based in Istanbul, and we're helping developers and publishers with localizing their games.
Hi, my name is Pespa Albacher. I'm the HR manager and brand representative of Giant Software. So our product is the Farming Simulator. The current version is the Farming Simulator 22.
So my name is Maurice Klapwick. I am the brand and communications manager for i3d.net, and we're here at Reboot as one of the main sponsors.
I'm Carlo. I'm CEO of Firm Games, and we have 2 projects now in development. One of them is Shellers, old school Instagib twist, which basically puts a shield on your back because we wanted to simulate the westerns. You know, when you're in a western, you do a standoff, and then they're looking at each other and they just, bring the guns out. That's what we want to simulate. So basically, how do you achieve that in an FPS game? You put the shield on your back, so you need to watch the other guy right in the face.
We have different game making studios, or Triple Hill, Games Farm, and we are publishing a game from an indie studio, Big Mac Galaxy. We have a fighting game from Triple Hill, and you can see right now from our Games Farm studio the Viking Admirals game that we're actually working on right now and looking for a publisher as well.
We are very heavily based in narrative in both games, and we have a unique mechanics that builds your character through choices. So every choice you make during the game will build your character organically.
So our company does hosting and infrastructure specifically for gaming. So we have a game hosting platform. We both have bare metal servers, and we have a multi-cloud solution built on top of that. So it's a hybrid cloud solution. We also have a lot of game-specific services built on top of that. Anti-cheat, anti-DDoS, all these kind of things.
We are also working on a survival game, which is all called Carbon. And one special thing about both these games, they're aimed at web. So these are web games, and with the upcoming web games revolution, we are kind of hoping they will take off.
I've already met a lot of people I know, my old friends I haven't seen in years, and I finally met in real life some of my virtual friends and colleagues. After the lockdown, most of my communications were in Zoom, and it takes some effort to refresh the networking skills here. I feel excited to be among real human beings, but at the same time I miss my cozy introvert cave. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough time to check the showcase and play all these awesome games or listen to talks, but I did my best to show you all this stuff on the video, so you could feel the atmosphere. All Gamedev conferences are alike, and at the same time they all are different. What is the Reboot special feature, except for the most beautiful location in the world? As you have noticed, many people mentioned Reboot doesn't have a meeting system. What does it mean? You can't make an appointment with unknown people, which could be interesting for you, and you'll need some courage to just walk up and introduce yourself. But it also means people don't run from meeting to meeting, and they're more open for communication. Maybe it's the reason why, for me, it feels like a big game dev summer camp.
While for Reboot, this is my first time here, and I have the chance to attend other conferences. Mostly, the not having meetings preset here, I think it creates ground to organically approach and connect with other people, meet with new people. And if it's only meetings beforehand that's been planned, then it's not as easy to meet with new people. And Reboot Dubrovnik Blue helps you with that, I believe.
In my opinion, well, I haven't been to many, but it's very friendly here, so I like it. It's not as uptight, I would say. There's just super cool atmospheres.
I think Reboot is good because it's more like professional oriented and B2B, and it's a good place to gather contacts from all around the world, so it's really broad.
Reboot was always a very boutique conference. I went to the first Reboot Develop, and then with every year it was getting bigger and bigger, but still kept that small conference charm, even though there's like 2,000 companies now here, and on the first one it was like maybe 50 companies, you know.
For me, it's like there are less options to talk with people who are looking for jobs, actually. So at other conferences, there are more students who are looking for opportunities to work in the gaming industry. My two colleagues who are here with me really enjoy it. They learn a lot at the talks, and one of my colleagues was holding a talk yesterday. So for them, it's great. For me, it's also great. I'm learning a lot.
It's my first one, so I still need a few more hours and days to be able to answer. But what I see is that it's smaller and some isn't, like GDC or Gamescom. So it's fine. It's good to meet new people in a casual way, I would say, but still professional.
I would say Reboot is an amazing event because it has a very informal feel. People are not necessarily stuck into appointments. You can walk up to people, talk to people, and that way you can really meet a lot of different people, and that's a really wonderful thing. It's very intimate, and it's also very fun. There's a lot of different things organized, so there's not just the talks, there's also a lot of external things that really help people bond with each other.
There also was a small exhibition. I don't know the story behind, but I spent some time looking at the pictures. One picture touched me deeply. It's not just because of the story, it's mostly because of emotions I felt in these characters. Huge respect for the artist. Although on the first day it was raining all the time, it didn't spoil anything. This guy definitely found the best spot at the conference. Oh, hi, Verdante. First day ended in a bar in front of the conference, with good conversations about game industry, about life itself, and funny adventure stories. And the second day was not long in coming.
So, it's the second day at the conference. A little bit more sunny, as you can see. The weather's better. Well, the most important thing, we survived first day of networking. I slept for 6 hours, and I put my new production face. In Russian it would sound like "Воодушевлённый." Excited face, something like this. And I'm ready to go and jump into the second day of the conference.
My god, it's paradise, seriously. I can't stop enjoying this place. And the smell, if you guys could just feel it, the smell of pine needles warming in the sun, the sea and spring flowers. I wish it could be a little warmer so I could swim. I don't know why, but all these people are leaving the conference. Maybe they also would like to enjoy nature. I think you can do it without leaving the conference. Just imagine it. You're lying on the chair lounge, birds are singing, sea breeze is blowing, and you're listening for the greatest experts of industry.
And I think that also just comes down to a really good thing that Danny brought up, which is if one of us succeeds, then we all succeed. And so us as people who work in games, different facets and capacities, we look at each other as humans, and the brand is just something that is tied to us as people. But when success happens for those brands, we're not excited for that brand.
Don't design down to your players. This is to say, don't assume that your prospective player base lacks enough interest in your subject matter to find a deep representation. That is, even if it isn't mimicking reality one-to-one, isn't drawing on the depth of the thing that you are simulating, its mechanical history, its design culture, even if you're making...
But if it's not your thing, there are other opportunities. This is the best idea of networking events I've ever seen. It's football match from Reboot Develop. Cool. Let's see. Sports usually works for good team building for a reason. Common difficulties, team play, wins and fouls bring people together. What do you think about artificial intelligence? Did it affect your work somehow?
Not for the moment. In marketing, I think it will at some point, but I guess on the development side, when it comes to make games, I think it will start to impact, and it has already started in some ways, but I'm not an expert on that. So I just listening to some conferences to know that. So, but yeah, I think in development, in level design, maybe in art design, but not. It's to be discussed yet.
It's gonna be tricky for some people in the future, probably. It's gonna be maybe good for some of the people, we don't know. It's hard to predict, but for me, it's similar to when we got internet, you know. We got access to knowledge, and this is like a more direct access to knowledge, exactly what you need. So that's, I think, the biggest power of it.
We use AI to do quick prototypes. So, for example, if we are missing something, I don't know, if we are missing a small part of narrative, and if it's quicker for a programmer to just generate it through AI, we use that. Or if we are maybe missing a voice line, we generate it using AI voices, which is really good.
At first, our artists were afraid of artificial intelligence, of course, because they expected artificial intelligence to replace basic roles, and it got to the highest that they think that we wouldn't. Very soon they found out that it's a tool. It's not an enemy. We are actually using it, but not in games, just for concepts and for actually iteration and stuff like that.
Currently, it has not affected our businesses negatively, but I believe in the future, all our jobs, and from a business development perspective, I think it will be obsolete and AI will be taking over.
Very good.
It's unavoidable.
It's like Christmas, you know it will come every year, but in the end you are surprised. And people are working on artificial intelligence since years and years, and now ChatGPT is there and everyone is surprised. So how could this happen? I think it will affect a lot. Yeah, I'm not too sure about gaming itself, but it will affect everyone's life for sure.
So it's 8 p.m. and 2 hours there will be a party. Starts at 10 p.m. and finishing at 3 or 4 a.m. It's crazy, I don't know. I'll go to my apartment to rest a little bit and then gather all my strength to go to the party and continue networking. Oh, Dubrovnik is very beautiful city. Whoa, look at the view. I'm not sure you guys could see actually something because it's night, you know, but last time I was in Dubrovnik, I had a chance to, check all these amazing views, and the ancient city is just incredible. And by the way, right now we're coming in an ancient castle in which we shoot some scenes from Game of Thrones and Star Wars, and I guess many other films. Oh, what is it? I guess it was the entrance for the party for VIP, but I need a regular one. Let's find it.
Hey, here we go. I guess that this is an entrance to regular passes, because we just found the entrance for VIP, but we are, let me check, not VIP. Okay. I've never been in places like this. I am a little worried about the scary, but also it's sudden.
Mommy, I'm working. Sorry, I can't talk. I call you later.
You cannot feel this energy.
There's a special room in hell for people who make an appointment for the second day after the party in the first slot and don't come. Lucky we are, Reboot doesn't have meeting system.
I have a mission today to find everybody I was dancing with yesterday in the party and exchange contacts, because in the party it's not always possible. You're just dancing with somebody and it's super loud and not always comfortable and appropriate. You just stop and exchange contacts. So I told myself that my mission for today is to find those people and connect, but there is one thing that I didn't count, you know? It's 10 a.m. and there are sleeping. Almost nobody here, like it's finished. Because I guess people trying to wake up after party. The party was great and huge. And well, I was dancing in hell. And there were a lot of people also dancing and chilling out and having some networking. But it's, you know, sometimes I think that I am too old for this shit. And as I can see, bigger part of the conference also maybe need some time, let's say, need some time.
Yesterday on the party, I made a promise to a guy that we will jump to the sea today. Sea is, cold as hell because it's April. I was trying to find any excuses to not do that. And the thing that I will do, the last thing I will do on the conference, I will actually jump to the sea. No, I didn't shoot anything. I'm sorry. I didn't shoot it. Okay. There's a guy. Say hi. We know you from the interview, so you will not see how we do this because we will jump together.
See you on the other side over there.
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. So
We did it. She did it. I did it.
Yeah. That was great. Do it every time you have an opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
5 minutes and you're refreshing. As hell, you know. After in a third day in the conference, after a night party, dancing all night, this is the thing that you have to do.
Yeah. Exactly what I need.
Yeah.
Next time I will take my swimming suit, so I wouldn't have to buy it there and ask somebody to make a video of process. Meanwhile, we say goodbye to Dubrovnik and go to airport.
So, the conference ended. We are on the airport. And for now, it's easier for me to speak English than Russian. Like, right now, we just spoke with Kate and exchanging some opinions and stuff. And I just understood that it was way easier for me to continue speak English. Because, it's like blowing the mind, trying to switch languages constantly. Oh, by the way, the view is better. I feel really excited. I mean, the CEO level, we don't usually have a lot of vacations, and it's hard to find some time to enjoy. I had a lot of very interesting stories on the conference, very interesting dialogues. I jumped to the sea. I danced for, let's say, 4 hours at least. I spoke with a lot of people. I had several super interesting conversations about life itself, not just about the business. Thinking about next conferences, and thank you for organizers, like deep thanks for this amazing event, and see you around the world.
So it was a great journey. It was me, Vera Velichka, and Al Studio. See you soon! If you'd like to see more content like this, don't forget to put your like and follow the channel.